With the never-ending stream of options for upgrades, side grades, and the super, ultra, mega, maximum, extreme versions of CPUs and GPUs that sound more like monster truck rally announcements than actual products, is there ever a right time to buy or build a PC? Origin PC thinks that there is a right time, and they are so confident that today is the right day to do it that they're willing to put some of their own money on that bet. So if you want to say no mo to the FOMO of PC buying, you're going to want to stick around to hear a little bit more about the Origin PC buying experience. There might even be a dash of history in there as well, and a test. If you've been around the channel for a minute, you're probably asking, Robey, didn't you kind of already make this video like 2 years ago? Which we're that old? The answer is a bit complicated, but yes, we did. And we also saw all of the comments on it too. Because it's been a minute since we released our original video, we're gonna recap a bit on this one. We're also gonna share some comments from our conversation with one of the co-founders of Origin PC, and we're gonna set the stage for a series of videos that will take place over the next year or so. We are gonna show you everything you need to know and what the options are of owning and maintaining an Origin PC. Basically, we want to tell the long-term soup to nuts story of what it's like to buy, own, maintain, and upgrade an Origin PC. Though that expression always makes me wonder who finishes a meal with a fistful of cashews these days. You know, the whole soup to nuts. Okay, maybe me and Damien were the only ones who like that joke. Starting with the soup, we need to give you more of the scoop on where Origin PC came from. While the company originally started in 2009, Origin PC was born out of the collective experience of Hector Penton, Richard Carey, and Kevin Wazalowski, 3 of Alienware's top 7 VPs from the days before Dell. Hold on, guys, there is a point to this. Just get along. This is the History Channel with PC, so it's way more exciting. 3 years after weathering the 2006 acquisition, which you can see them blowing, whoosh, weathering it, the 3 set out on a quest to fill a niche for ultra high-end custom PCs. But building ultra high-end products wasn't the only goal. They wanted to place a heavy emphasis on customer service. Fast forward to 2019 and another acquisition happened. This time, it's Corsair doing the buying. But this one was different from the one the team went through before. Corsair liked Origin PC's work and wanted to keep them doing what they were doing with one small caveat. Just use Corsair stuff. And that wasn't a hard sell because Origin was already doing just that, with category leadership in cases, memory, fans, and CPU coolers. It was an easy deal to make. Today, Origin PC is like the boutique, like Aston Martin of PCs, with configurations using the highest caliber parts, full panel UV printing, 24/7 lifetime in-house support. In other words, it's their techs working on their products, free lifetime labor for upgrades, and more. Not only that, as part of the Corsair family, everything you could need to go along with your desktop can be supplied in-house, including the desk itself. It's no small wonder that teams behind huge games like Call of Duty and World of Warcraft, not to mention creators from every arena, MMOs to MMA, people like Tao Li or Demetrius Mighty Mouse Johnson, they're all a part of the Origin PC family, and they keep coming back. So let's talk about the systems and what happens once you order them. Now, we aren't gonna be talking about the ready-to-ship PCs or laptops today. We're focusing on the customized build. And if you wanna check out some of our reviews of like the Evo laptops or other laptops we've done, check out these videos after you finish this one. And while you're at it, go ahead and hit that like button and slap the subscribe button and ring that bell for notifications so that you don't miss out on our latest videos and reviews right here on Robeytech. The first is a Kronos, which is a small form factor PC built in Corsair's 2000D case, which we've built, and you can check out the video on that right there. It's the perfect PC for someone looking for a system with a small footprint. The Kronos has a starting price of $2,223, which is at that point at the time of filming. Next up, you have the Neuron. The Neuron is Origin's most customizable PC of the bunch, and the Neuron, as of recording, is starting at $2,209. And finally, you have like the Genesis, which is Origin's elite desktop PC with a focus on custom loop cooling for CPU and GPU, should you want to water cool both. Genesis systems, not to be confused with the Sega Genesis, have a starting price of $5,200, while that's actually as much as a brand new Sega Genesis as well, because those are very hard to get. Once you've configured your perfect system, that configuration is closely examined by an actual human person who will look over the spec, then personally reach out to you via email to discuss your build and offer recommendations in case there are any conflicts with any parts. From there, the order is sent to a tech who will build your PC, benchmark it, test it for bugs, and make sure the machine is in tip-top shape before it's boxed up in a wooden crate and shipped out to you. Now, I know they've had some things that they've learned from some other TechTubers. Guys, things have gotten better, and now they're literally all about the Origin PC experience again, which really is getting that personal touch to make sure that those issues don't happen anymore. Now, for the lifetime of this machine, the sales rep who sold it to you and the tech who built it for you are the personal go-to people for tech support, maintenance, RMAs, or even upgrades for the machine. That's right, when you have concerns about your Origin PC, you're not dealing with RAM Tech number 27, you have people like Mike or Susan or Eli or Christy working on your rig, just like they have been since it was a pile of parts and boxes and a glimmer in your eye. And we didn't just pull those names out of the hat, those are actual techs building Origin PCs today. You just thought I made up those names, right? But I didn't. Those are real people, and here's their social security numbers and their credit card. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, I want to acknowledge the elephant in the room. That is a lot of money for a gaming PC. And for a lot of people, a high-tier Origin PC is kind of out of the picture. Why not just buy the parts and build your own PC? After all, you want to learn how to do it by yourself, watching us live and watching our step-by-step guides. And we've seen the PCs you've built and posted pictures of on our Discord and our Twitter, and we're really proud of you. And when we came up with this conversation with Kevin Wazalowski, one of the founders of Origin PC, the cost of buying an Origin PC versus building a rig yourself, his response was, you know what's surprising? He actually agreed with us. He said, you know what, you're right. If you can build your own PC, that's the best thing you can do. But we feel like the Origin PC experience is the next best option. I gotta say, I respect that perspective as someone who loves helping people learn how to build their own PCs as much as I love building them. But guess what, guys? Not everybody, gasp, wants to build their own. So this might be the next best option. So now let's talk about the FOMO bit we talked about in the intro. Let's just say you go through the process of buying an Origin PC, you get it all set up, it's fulfilling your wildest dreams, and then AMD drops a new CPU with more V-cache. And then you can't shake two sticks at NVIDIA releasing a GPU that makes your once shiny RTX 4090 look like it can't even trace rays anymore. This is where Origin's Evolve upgrade service actually comes in. Basically, what it does is this: if a new component comes out and you want to upgrade, Origin will give you the current market value of your components as credit toward the upgrade of motherboards, CPU, GPU, RAM, and storage. This is an extra service that can be added onto your product warranty, starting at $129 for 2 years or coverage of $159 for 3. All of this is arranged with your sales agent, which, remember, has been there since the beginning. They would do the research and give you the quote on what Origin would offer. Once you make the decision to upgrade, you box up your PC, so keep your original content in boxes and stuff, send it to Origin PC, they would do the upgrades, run the system wellness checks, and send it on its merry way back to you. Now, shipping does seem to be the responsibility of the owner, but some of Origin PC's warranty options include shipping for parts replacements, you know, in case you snag some parts from Robeytech deals over on Twitter for upgrading your rig. We'll let you know what we've discovered on this once we have our system upgraded, which is one of the videos we're going to be doing as part of the series. Which brings us to the Robeytech Origin PC. Now, if you've seen our original video, we talked about Origin PC's configurator that helped to estimate the performance of your favorite games. Unfortunately, the configurator no longer exists on their site, and some of the parts have changed since we did the order. However, the configurator has been replaced by a new parts-focused tool, which is straightforward to use. If you want to build a system close to our spec using the Neuron model and follow along, starting with a case, we chose an Origin edition of Corsair's iQ 5000D. For the CPU, we use the Intel Core i9-14900K processor, cooled by the Corsair H150i iQ Link AIO. For GPU, we went with an NVIDIA RTX 4090, and all this was built on the Asus ROG Maximus motherboard platform with 32 gigabytes of Corsair's Dominator Titanium RAM, a Corsair NVMe, and it's all powered by a 1000 watt 80 plus gold PSU from Corsair. I think you're seeing a trend. We're using Corsair parts. All in, this build cost $5,688 before any sales were applied to the final price. It is a bit more expensive since we upgraded the AIO to the iQ Link version, which they have just added as part of their program, and honestly, it's awesome. With the upgrade, all the system fans are swapped out for Corsair's iQ Link QX120 RGB fans, which makes the cable runs almost invisible. And we also added some extra storage to it because, hey, we could, and honestly, I like a lot of storage for all my hamster picks. But by the way, guys, I'm not kidding. When you look at the cable management, which you're seeing on here on the screen, You cannot see cables, it's crazy. Now let's see what our custom rig from Origin PC can do in tests. We ran all of our benchmarks at a resolution of 1440p, with the exception of Fortnite and Apex Legends. We had DLSS set to balanced because in Fortnite and Apex, you should not be running DLSS. In Cyberpunk 2077 at Ray Tracing Ultra, we saw an average frame rate of 218.24 frames per second. Wow, in Cyberpunk, that's pretty good. In Forza Horizon 5 at extreme settings, our Origin PC gave us an average frame rate of 267 frames per second. Let's just throw it in the garbage, it's a hot mess. In Modern Warfare 2, we saw averages of 245 frames per second at Ultra presets, so great for your for those of you who want to play the campaign. In Shadow Tomb Raider at highest preset, our rig ran an average frame rate of 287. Yeah. Finally, for Tiny Tina's Wonderland set to badass, we got a badass 274.57 frames per second. Jeez, I'm crow, man. Unbelievable. Garbage. Now, we flipped some settings around for our multiplayer test to maximize for frame rate, so kicking it off with Apex Legends, low visual settings, basically just making it run as fast as it can, 296.9 frames per second. And finally, Fortnite, our custom build with a stunning 460.8 FPS. Can we just pause for a moment and just take in? That's a lot of frames. As far as thermal performance goes, and one of the things, I know that IQ Link is expensive, but dude, we're sitting at 32 degrees Celsius at idle, and under full CPU load, we averaged 80 degrees on our 14900K, but in gaming, it was 57. Oh my gosh, I can't handle it. Okay, so now that you have a baseline, I have to say performance on this thing was actually pretty nuts. And for that, we've officially gone from soup to nuts in this video, but we're not done yet. You're gonna wanna check back in with Origin and us every few months, because we're gonna do a tech support, we're gonna do upgrades, we're gonna completely custom water cool this all through Origin PC to show you what you can do if you have an Origin PC, and then talk about our experience at the end of the year. Will this be the best PC ever? Maybe, maybe not. But to quote Kevin from Origin one more time, he said, "We don't want to focus on building only the best PCs, we also want to build the best experiences." And that's the experience they're hoping we have when we call and get all this stuff fixed. Now we'll have to wait and see just how well they succeeded, and honestly, we're gonna be pretty brutal if we need to be. Now, to wrap things up here, I wanna give a huge shout out to Origin PCs for taking the time to talk to us about the system and to share their history of the company and to genuinely geek out over building PCs. Like I said earlier, this is going to be a series of videos. Yes, it's sponsored by Origin, but they will not be knowing that we're gonna be doing the things that we're doing. So make sure you stick around for the next installments. And since you've made it this far, let us know some of the things that you would like to know about the Origin PC buying, owning, and upgrading process. Let us know down in the comments below, and we'll make sure that we try and hit those with future videos. Now, while you're down there, go ahead and slap that subscribe button with that like button and ring that notification bell so that you get a notification each and every time we post a video like this right here at Robeytech. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thanks to Origin for sponsoring, and we look forward to seeing you on the next video.